give up! Trust your instincts!
If there's one skill you have to make a name for yourself as a Fox main in 2017, it's the ability to unironically complain about playing the best character in the game. Unlike wave shines or shield drops, cognitive dissonance isn't something you can just grind out in your mom's basement, unless you got a bunch of Ann Coulter books laying around. The unenlightened Fox apologist might whine about semi-legitimate concerns, like getting 0 to death by most of the cast, or chronic wrist pain from too much practicing.
Location confirmed! Sending supplies!
But if you're the kind of delusional, self-described Fox prodigy who plans to get married in his unwashed Smash GG hoodie, I say go for the jugular and complain about recovery. It's common knowledge that the speedrun strat for ruining your local Smash Scene's Facebook group is to change your profile pic to the C9 logo and start blasting out a thesis-length diatribe announcing your retirement from netplay for the 5th time this week because some bronze-ranked Peach man keeps calling out your ride or die side Bs. I think this method is particularly effective because Fox has one of the most versatile and nonlinear recoveries of the whole cast, which makes it especially ironic when you consider that, for half the characters in Melee, the impossible conundrum of how to get back to stage basically boils down to going high and getting back aired for all eternity or asking for their banned game too. Still, this self-pity arms race doesn't really sit right with the Chan man, so I figured I'd take some time off from YouTube and come up with something even the lamest Fox wieners can't whine about. Behold, the Chandyjump. It's kinda like a scar jump, except people actually know what it is. Now, as we are all well aware, in recovery situations, if your opponent hits you with a strong move while you're close to the ledge, you can DI into the side of the stage and tech the wall, giving you another chance at survival. Normally, you just drop straight down after a wall tech, but if you hold up on the analog stick while you tech with L or R, you'll do a wall jump and gain some extra height. The Chandyjump is just a big money, hot slammin' variation on this same concept, but instead of relying on your opponent to hit you at the right time, you use the explosion of a held bomb to set up the wall jump. While this has obvious value as a recovery extension, you can also use it to dunk on unsuspecting Link mains, just in case you have a hard time figuring out one of the other infinity ways that Fox invalidates their character. Just based on appearances, this might seem pretty difficult, but I was able to master it and I main Donkey Kong, which requires about as much wit and dexterity as Simon Says. But if you're a bad enough dude to actually consider learning this, there's a few things you should keep in mind. First, in order to successfully tech the wall, you have to have taken enough damage for the bomb to put you in a tumble state. Unfortunately, this means the Chandyjump isn't possible till mid and high percents, but I mean, hey, who needs crouch canceling, am I right, bro? Only thing you're gonna be holding down is some sick W's. You have to familiarize yourself with the bomb's fuse timer in order to know when to input the tech, but your timing on the side B also determines what flavor of Chandyjump you end up with. Of course, there's the standard, classic, Family Values leather jacket Chandyjump we all know and love, but if you're feeling extra dangerous, you can purposely delay the side B such that the bomb explodes in the middle of Fox's illusion, which could potentially give you some extra height by letting you tech further up the wall. On the other hand, if you side B just a little bit early, you can ride down the wall in freefall before the bomb goes off, which is a nice little timing mix-up, but more often than not, you'll probably just do it by accident. You can even Chandyjump out of up B if you need more vertical distance, but Firefox's longer startup can make timing the explosion kinda tricky. If you feel like enabling the success of someone else for once in your life, bust it out in doubles for that wicked mad trick save.
Gee, I've been saved by Fox. How swell.
It should go without saying that all of this also applies to Falco, so if you're one of those lovable degenerates, feel free to start beast moding through Anther's rank with nothing but a couple of loose Chandyjumps and the finest standby modem your mom's Amex can buy. Although, to be honest, I feel like being a Falco main in 2017 and expecting relevant innovation for your character is kinda like watching Arthur for the DW episodes. Now, if you don't play Fox or Falco, you probably haven't been paying attention to this video because you're not tweaking out on that sweet, sweet Adderall binge hyperfocus. Even so, it might interest you to know that any character can do some variation on a Chandyjump. As long as you use a recovery move near a wall with a bomb in your hand, you have a fleeting chance to bask in the angelic glow of Melee's uncompromising future. Just try to think of it like every character in the game now has some sort of janky tether wall jump mix-up, which is great if you're the kind of sociopath who looks at the Melee meta and thinks, you know, all these flashy combos and fast-paced interactions are pretty cool, but gosh, sometimes I just wish more of the game was like edgeguarding Samus. Let me hit you with one last fun fact before we finish up here. It's actually possible to Chandyjump against Peach too. When Peach uses her down B, she has a 0.26% chance of pulling out of a bomb instead of a turnip. And that sounds pretty rare, but it's still 10 times more likely than actually running into a Link in bracket. If you catch this bomb and Z-drop it on a platform, it'll light its own fuse and begin walking. And when it stops moving and starts flashing, you have a small window of time to grab life by the horns and rip that Chandyjump, boy! As an added bonus, because the bombs have way more knockback than Link bombs, the explosion will put you in tumble at any percent, so it's never impossible for you to start slamming horde and blowing moins. Full disclosure, in order to buy yourself enough time to actually pull this off, you'll probably have to unplug the Peachman's controller and choke them out with the cord, which sounds like it would get you disqualified, but hey, you never know. Rule sets can get pretty stupid these days, trust me. After all, when you consider how weird and different the PAL version of the game is compared to NTSC, you can make a pretty strong argument that SSX Tricky should be a legal version of Melee in Europe.
That down smash stops him right in the track. What is that movement, Ice? What is that movement? Completely playing with Armada. Just, I'm here. Come.
This is one steep bill, but it's worth it.
Yo, what up my One Tree Hill Blasters? It's your guy the Chanman. I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, I did. I thought it was pretty good. Don't know about you guys. Before I get into the usual end of YouTube video spiel, I want to give a huge thanks to the legendary Stabby McKniferson, who did a lot of the TAS work on some of the more complex sequences in this video. Without him, it never would have been possible. He's a legend. If you see him around, Chandy blast him some love. And if you want to see more of him, I'll put some links to his stuff down in the description, so definitely check those out. Next, I just kind of want to apologize a little bit for how long it took me to make this video. Last year I graduated college, so it's been kind of a crazy transition period while I get settled, but now I'm finally at a point in my life where I feel comfortable returning to YouTube. I'm not going to quit my day job for it or anything, but definitely expect to see a lot more consistent uploads, and I assure you that the days of waiting months and months for new Chandy videos are long behind us. If you want to support the channel, you can always subscribe, leave a comment below. I have an insatiable lust for attention, so I will read all of those. So if you had a good time blasting with me, let me know. I'd love to hear that. You can also follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I'm going to start streaming a lot more consistently, playing Melee, doing a lot of low-tier match analysis. So if that's the sort of thing that you're into, drop on by, give me a follow, blast with me live in person. Oh my god, what a pleasure. And that about wraps it up, I think. So guys, thanks again. It was such a joy coming back. I'm so excited to make some more videos. So hey, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.